welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you China Glaze's Spring 2022 collection. It's called Mystic Bloom. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy seeing China Glaze reviews here on my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do that too. I upload new live swatching videos every week. So this year for spring, China Glaze gives us a beautiful 8-piece collection in a variety of finishes. Aww. Thank you, China Glaze, for keeping it interesting and doing something other than creams. I am so grateful. At the time of recording this collection is fully stocked on the Beyond Polish site. The prices there are already discounted compared to what you're going to find in stores, and if you use code RAE, R-A-E, at checkout, then you're going to get 10% off your entire order. I'll leave links for that and all the details you need down in the description box. And of course, I so appreciate your support by using my code. And if you'd be interested in hearing how one of you can win this collection from me in a giveaway, stick around until the end of the video. I'll give you all the details you need there. All right, we have 8 beautiful polishes to look at today, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. So we're going to be swatching these grouped by like color so we can do a little bit of comparing along the way. This first shade is called Mystic Dawn, and it's described as being a shimmering nude with a hypnotic blue undertone. So to clarify, I think the base of this has yellow undertones, but it does have a really beautiful blue shimmer running throughout. As far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to be a shifting shimmer. Oh, I changed my mind. I was wrong. I actually, in certain angles, I'm looking at the bottle now, I do see shifts to purple and maybe even pink, which is really beautiful. Honestly, I didn't get too much of that on the nail, but now I'm wondering if I just didn't look in the right lighting. On application, this one was incredibly sheer. Even in 3 coats, I didn't reach close to full opacity. I think you could build it up to 20 coats and maybe get full opacity. It's an intentionally sheer shade. Personally, I felt like the yellow undertones of this base made my nail look a little bit yellow, like a little stained, and I didn't particularly love that. However, how I see myself using this polish in the future is as a base for negative space nail art. I think the warm undertones really did look great with my skin tone, and the added shimmer just gives an extra sparkle. Kind of a your nails but better kind of look. So here's what it looks like in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Really beautiful, but very sheer. Pictured are 3 coats of Mystic Dawn with a glossy top coat. Up next, we have Instant Sparks, which is described as being a pink holographic glitter polish. So I feel like that description is kind of simple for what this polish actually is. I would say the base, yes, I agree that it's a pink, but I feel like it has some strong orangey undertones. It almost comes off kind of coppery. It has a beautiful, like, I want to say pearly gold shimmer running throughout, like a white gold, and then holographic flakes that are so beautiful. Based on what I saw in the bottle, I was not excited about this polish, but once I got it on my nail, whew, my feelings changed. I'm so glad they did. On application, this one was a little on the thin side. I had to wipe off my brush a few times to keep the polish from running down the stem, but when I had the right amount of polish on the brush, I had no issues with application. There were some brush strokes when this polish was wet, but as it dried down, I do feel like they disappeared. I also reached full opacity with this polish in 3 coats, and despite the description stating that these are glitters in here, I do feel like they're holographic flakes, so they dried down smooth and there was no issue with removal. Look how pretty. In this bright lighting, you're getting a lot of that pretty shimmer, but in lower lighting, as you move your hand around, you can see that more coppery shift too. So here's what 3 coats of Instant Sparks looks like with a glossy top coat. You see there's the copper. There's the copper. Really pretty. I think I think this polish is super out of the box, very unique for a spring release. I also love the addition of the holographic glitter and the shimmer. I think it's a very complex polish for a mainstream brand. Pictured are 3 coats of Instant Sparks with a glossy top coat. Continuing on with our pinks, this one is called Pretty As A Petal, and it's described as being a light pink with a cross between a frost and a matte finish. All right, so I'm trying to find something good to say about this polish, but I'm having a really hard time because it's basically all the things I don't like in a polish in one polish. I do not like frost finish polishes. I do not really like matte finish polishes, and I don't honestly like the shade of pink. So if I had to pick one polish in this collection to skip on, it would 100% be this one. And if I didn't like it because of the way it looked, I disliked it because of how it applied. This one was very thick on application. This is what it looks like after I applied thinner, and it was still quite thick. I found that it dried down pretty quickly as well, so I didn't really have much time to manipulate it and get it even and smooth on my nails. And because of that, it showed every imperfection. I don't really have ridges. I don't have too many texture issues with my nails, but look at that. You can see everything. Yeah, I did not like this one dried down matte, but I will show you what it looks like glossy here in a second. So here's what 2 coats. It did build up to full opacity in 2 coats. That is great. 2 coats of Pretty As A Petal, dried down in its matte finish and some sunlight. It does have a pretty shimmer to it. Here's what it looks like with a glossy top coat. I definitely preferred this one glossy. I still didn't love it, but I preferred it glossy. I'll say that. Pictured are 2 coats of Pretty As A Petal with a glossy top coat. And here's what it looks like dried down in its natural matte finish. And we have another pink in this collection. I really like that China Glaze kind of had 2 of every color, well, almost every color in this collection. This one is called Fairytale Bliss, and it's described as being a romantic pink shimmer. I definitely agree with that description. I would say the base of it is like very coral leaning, and the shimmer is quite beautiful in here. It shifts from a pink to a goldish copper. It's very shifty, and you can actually see the shift on the nails. You'll be able to see it in my video here in a little bit. This one was very jelly and sheer on that first coat. We can see a whole lot of nail line, and we get just a kiss of that pink color. On that second coat, we start to get more of that dark base color we see in the bottle, but I did need 3 coats to reach full opacity. In 3 coats, I did reach full opacity, I think. In certain lighting situations, I felt like I could see a little bit of nail line, but most of the time it was fully concealed. So as you can see, it's totally packed with that shimmer. I really enjoyed this polish. I kind of went back and forth on whether I liked this specific color on me, but the color itself was beautiful. So here's what 3 coats of Fairytale Bliss looks like with a glossy top coat. And you can see down by my cuticles that shift to goldy, copper, really fun combination. This one definitely reminded me of flowers, and it's perfect for spring. Pictured are 3 coats of Fairytale Bliss with a glossy top coat. Moving on to our purples, this one is called Bloominescence, and it's described as being a purple matte shimmer. I would say the base of this is like a beautiful, cool, grapey purple, maybe like a neutral grapey purple. It really doesn't lean blue or pink. And it's got a beautiful tonal shimmer running throughout. As I look up close, I see the shimmer flash some different colors as well. I see blue, purple, and gold in the shimmer, and that really pops when you add a glossy top coat for this one. On application, I didn't experience any of the application issues that I had with Pretty As A Petal. I didn't feel like this one was thick at all. It had a beautiful formula. It went on very smooth, no patchiness, and I felt like it took its time drying down. It dried down matte, but it didn't dry down so quickly that I didn't have enough time to work with it before it dried down. I also felt like this one did not show the dents or ridges in my nails at all. It was very forgiving. It also built up to full opacity in 2 coats. So here's 2 coats of Luminescence in its natural matte state in the sunlight. You can see that that shimmer really sparkles, and we get flashes of purple, a little bit of blue, a little bit of gold. It is gorgeous. And here's what it looks like when I added a glossy top coat. Personally, I prefer this one glossy. I prefer everything glossy, but also I feel like that top coat added an additional sparkle to that shimmer. It's really, really gorgeous. Pictured are 2 coats of Bloominescence with a glossy top coat. And here's what it looks like dried down in its natural matte finish. Next up, we have Bloomforia, and it's described as being an iridescent lilac duochrome shimmer. Oh gosh, this one is beautiful. Out of this entire collection, this is my biggest standout. I'll go ahead and tell you now. And it was before I even got the collection because it is so pretty. I love seeing mainstream brands do shades like this. It reminds me of an indie. Oh, the description. Did I describe it? I don't remember. I'm forgetting everything because I'm just staring at the polish. But it has a gorgeous pinky leaning purple base. I feel like here in my video, it's leaning a little bit blue. No, it is definitely pink leaning, that base. And the shimmer, the duochrome shimmer, shifts pink to green. This one was a little sheer on that first coat. I was a little concerned that it was going to show a lot of nail line in 3 coats, but I did reach full opacity in 3. Most of it was due to all of the shimmer that is in this polish. I mean, look at it. It is beautiful. So, so beautiful. This is another one that, like Fairytale Bliss, just totally screams spring to me. Honestly, if the entire collection were these 2 finishes, the shifty shimmer / duochrome, I would have been ecstatic. This one did have some brush strokes, but I feel like most of them dried down for me anyway and disappeared. I can't talk. I love this one. I love this one. So here's what 3 coats of Bloomphoria looks like with a glossy top coat. In the bright lighting here, you get a lot of that green, but at certain angles you can see it shifts to pink as well. And then here's what it looks like in the sunlight. In the sun, I feel like we got a shift to gold. I think that's what you're looking at here. And then here is that beautiful shift to pink. Gorgeous. Pictured are 3 coats of Bloomphoria with a glossy top coat. This next one has, I think, what's my favorite name out of the collection. It's called Secret Rendez-Blue. How cute is that? And it's described as being a majestic blue glitter. I would say the base of it is like an almost teal leaning blue, and the shimmer in here, I don't feel like it's glitter. I feel like it's shimmer, so no difficulty removing, no texture upon drying down. I feel like the shimmer shifts gold to copper, coppery pink to purple. It's really beautiful and pops pretty well against that base color. On application, I was a little bit disappointed with how sheer this one was. I was expecting it to be very similar to Fairytale Bliss in that in 3 coats, it would be very obviously opaque, maybe a little bit of nail line showing, but not much. But there was quite a bit of visible nail line with Secret Rendez-Blue in 3 coats. For me anyway. I do find that I have a pretty prominent visible nail line, so if that's not usually a problem for you, you may be able to get this opaque in 3 coats, but personally, I would need to pair it with some kind of base to get it fully opaque. I also felt like because it was so sheer and I have just a little bit of staining on my nails, it looked a little bit more green, like the blue mixed with the yellow on my nails kind of made the base look a little green. You can see it there at some angles. I didn't love that either, but I thought this polish is really pretty and I'm interested in trying it as a topper over some other shades. I think it has a lot of potential. That's what I'm trying to say. Pictured are 3 coats of Secret Rendez-Blue with a glossy top coat. And the final shade I have to share with you today is called Planted and Enchanted, which is described as being a lustrous sage green pearl. On paper, this polish is not something I would enjoy, so I was pretty surprised that I actually would say that this is in my top half favorite of the collection. It's not my favorite. It does have pearl pigment, but top half for sure. I would say my favorites are Instant Sparks, Bloomphoria, and then maybe Luminescence, maybe Fairytale Bliss. This one's up there too. Out of this entire collection, I would actually say that the shade had the best formula. It was very opaque on that first coat, completely opaque into, and I think most people would be good into, and it was very easy to work with. Not thin, not thick, Goldilocks, perfect. This one did have some brush strokes going on the nail, but as it dried down, I felt like they disappeared for the most part. So here's what 2 coats of Planted and Enchanted looks like with a glossy top coat. You can see at certain angles a lot of that gorgeous soft sage green, and then in bright lighting you can see all of that soft, cool blue shimmer. It's a really unique combination. Although I didn't love this entire collection, I didn't love every polish we saw today, I'm really, really impressed with China Glaze for trying something different and having so many beautiful finishes in a spring collection. Pictured are 2 coats of Planted and Enchanted with a glossy top coat. So that was the China Glaze Mystic Bloom collection for spring 2022. Let me know down in the comments all of your thoughts. Are you pleased with this collection? And because Beyond Polish sent me this collection to review, I also purchased an additional collection to give away to one of you. So the giveaway will be open whenever this video goes live until the date that I put on the screen. Entering this giveaway is super easy. All you have to do is make sure you give this video a thumbs up, you're subscribed to my channel, and I want you to comment below your favorite thing about spring. For all the rules and details on this giveaway, make sure to check out the description box. I'll have everything down there for you. And on the day that the giveaway closes, I will post a short here on my YouTube channel announcing the winner. Hopefully my video was helpful for you in deciding what to grab from this collection. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!